Yo, Logan is going through it. He had to apologize to the Christians. He had to apologize to the cryptos. Who else? Who else?
No one yet. No one else.
Apologize to Coffeezilla.
Oh, he had to apologize to Coffee, but that's the cryptos. Yeah, that Coffee motherfucker not one to be played
Who
with.
would you rather piss off, cryptos or Christians?
Oh, cryptos.
Yeah.
Really?
Can you call Logan?
Yes.
Can you call him now?
No.
Why not?
Because somebody should know they're
gotcha.
being recorded.
Oh, no, you tell him.
It feels a little gotcha to be like, because then you kind of put him pressure on him to have to speak. Hey, you're on the podcast, go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't
It's a
want
little ambushy.
Yeah.
I just want to know why. It's weird.
Wait, why he did what?
Why he took down his response and then apologized. It almost,
I don't think the response was getting the right reaction. And then the apology was, this is my assumption, was just like, yo, let me just shut this down before I turn this into an avalanche.
Yeah, I also think he's been caught in I don't know if you heard when I said this earlier. He's been caught in an avalanche, and I think he's like, again, I hate to use this word, but like traumatized from it, for lack of a better word. Like that fucking ruined him for a while. And I think he's like, I don't want to go anywhere near that again. I'll apologize, whoever the fuck I got to apologize for. I don't care. I can't have that happen again. I climbed out of that. I'm on the verge of a fucking $1 billion drink deal or whatever. I can't risk anything. I don't want to go through that again for my image. It sucked. Let's just apologize all the way through.
I don't know. Felt like Coffeezilla might have had like a smoking gun or some shit like that, because he said he was going to drop another video, and then all of a sudden Logan apologized. So that was a little.
I didn't know he was going to drop another video.
Yeah,
He posted,
I watched all three.
He posted, I'm going to drop another video, and then posted again. I talked to Logan. Logan apologized. And then Logan commented on that post.
And said,
yo, guys, it was rash of me. I apologize for my actions. I'm thankful to Coffee for doing this because it's going to make me better or whatever. Which is kind of the tone I wish he took the first time.
Boy.
Yeah, now I kind of want to see what was in that video.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I want you to call him.
I'll call him.
Remember when Pusha T dissed Drake and then he was like, this is just the beginning? Adidon or whatever?
Yeah.
And we were like, I need to hear that next track.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what you got in the... If this, you're hiding a son, is your first clip, what you got back behind you?
Yeah.
And then there was always a Drake one that apparently never got released.
I don't believe Drake because I'm a hater, but also I'm like, yeah, it's a very convenient thing to say. Like, I lost and be like, oh, I had one.
Yeah. I'm sure he's working on one, but it just probably wasn't that good, so he probably didn't put it out.
And they just never put it out.
It's the equivalent of when a kid is like, I knew, I just didn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
That was hard. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was hard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think Logan should do?
I think this is the only thing he can do. And I think people aren't receiving it well because his apology felt less personal and more like he's a product. Or like I said this to you, I think, but when an athlete has to apologize and reads a statement that his lawyer clearly wrote for him, that's what the apology felt like, even to George. It was like, that's your homie, just talk to him. Ideally, you talk before the pod and then you reiterate it quickly here or whatever. But it just felt like he's reading a statement and not getting in trouble. And I get it, I empathize with it, but I personally wish he had just been more from the heart.
The tricky thing with pissing off religious folks is that you can't, there's nothing you could say if you believe the things you said, right? So it's like, if you go, I disagree with these things about your religion, and that's what is offensive to those people, you either have to go, actually, I agree with them, or you go, I'm sorry that you don't like the way I feel about you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna necessarily make them feel better. Maybe there's a more tactful way to go through it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, I think that like fundamentally there's some disagreements that he has with Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't really back off of that because you've already stated it.
I'd assume, I think it's just really tricky. Like when you get into that, like what is right or wrong, especially when it comes to religion. That's a really tricky one.
But it is a good religion to piss off if the whole religion's based on like forgiving people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is true. But that's God is the one that forgives. I ain't God. I'm supposed to be. I ain't.
Yeah.
I think if he was just like, look, I spoke a little rashly. I might have beliefs that differ from yours, but it makes you a better person, and that's all that matters. Whether I agree or disagree, whatever I feel, I apologize it upset you. I apologize I spoke like that.
Yeah.
It makes you a better person, and that's all that matters. I think it's a fairly safe apology.
Yeah.
And honest.
Was it that big a deal?
I personally don't. I think if you get questioned on your religion and I don't want to say George proselytizes, but he's very proudly Christian. So if people comment on you, who cares? If people can let people judge. Your faith is your faith. That's what faith is. It's people don't necessarily agree with me.
Yeah.
There's no real proof for it, but I believe that's exactly what faith is.
Yeah.
So let him question. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to be fazed by what he says.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big a deal because they posted the clip.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think it is a big deal. Because it's like, he felt the need to have to put this out. If it wasn't a big deal, he would have ignored it.
Wait, which clip? The one where he...
Yeah, I'm
pissed him
sorry,
off,
the
or-
religion clip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like they posted it. So I'm like, to me, I'm like, yeah, this is a part of their content. They're just getting views, and it's not. They're not stressing about it, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I thought he was more trying to fuck with George as like a troll, like a friend, like when you troll your friends.
Yeah.
And it just came out way harsher than he wanted. It was my personal reading of the situation.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
Wait, are you talking about the apology or are you talking about when he
the
dissed
initial
the
video.
religion?
He's talking about the initial video.
Yeah, I think the initial video.
Oh,
was
I
the clip.
don't think that he realized it came off like that.
Oh,
I think
maybe.
it was like they just let one slip.
Also, I'm like, how many of his fans don't know this about him already? It's not like he just came out for the first time saying that he's not religious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think his diehard fans are like fundamentalist Christians.
Yeah, I think it's like they're fundamentalist Christians that found the clip on TikTok or Instagram and they're going, hey, this is really fucked up. How dare you do this? So he's feeling like an onslaught and it feels like the whole world is saying how stupid and fucked up he is. But the reality is it's a group of people who aren't even his core fan base. So it's like, I don't even think you need to apologize to them. This is just my opinion. Like, I feel like Logan has been very transparent about who he is and what he believes, right? So it's like the guy's been fucking vlogging every single day or doing these podcasts all the fucking time. There's not a lot like hidden with Logan. So it's you know what I mean? So there's nobody who's like a fundamentalist Christian, thinks that he's a Christian, then found out that day that he's not. Especially with George all the time preaching Christianity and Logan not picking up on it.
Yeah, I think what was bad was just that he was like knocking the religion.
Yeah.
So it's not that people can know already that he's not Christian, but the fact that you're knocking the religion and then George like felt the way about it, now it's like, oh shit, any person who's Christian watching and then they see George having a problem with it in the room is like, oh no, this is fucked up. Because even your friend is bothered by the things that you're saying. So I felt like, I think he had to do it because like one, it just shows like, hey, I hurt my friend. I'm apologizing. I want the people. It did seem performative, but I do think that it was a necessary
Dove
thing.
also brought up a great point, which is Logan, again, has potentially a multi-billion-dollar deal on the line with Prime.
Yeah.
Don't let this shit get... I'm sure his people are like, do not let this shit get in the way of billions of dollars.
Oh, that's true.
Just fucking apologize.
And then with the crypto thing, I think he's just pay everybody back and like kill the egg situation.
Again, you got billions potentially on the line. And again, this is Dove's point, not mine, but just take care of it. I don't want to fucking deal with this. We don't want to deal with this.
Isn't that how you would take care of it? Just pay everybody back? And
But the thing is, you can't pay everybody back.
Why?
Because if there are people who bought tokens at a crazy price, that's their risk. You know what I mean? Like, it's like buying Solana or buying ETH at a crazy price or buying any of these tokens. I think what he has to do is execute on the game and then just leave. And then there's nothing that he didn't promise anybody. So it's like, who knows if he pays him back? But when if I'm in his situation, I'm just doing what I promised I would do, and then I leave.
Gotcha.
Because you could pay everybody back who bought an egg, but everybody who bought the coin, well, what if you bought the coin at $30,000 or $20,000? Like, what if you bought the coin at the highest price? Do you have to pay them back for the price that they bought it?
Yeah.
But it was rug pulled by these people who were bad actors within his organization. So do you have to take responsibility for them breaking the rules that you set?
Kinda, because he hired these people.
I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can make the argument, I guess.
But also the coin worked though. Like the coin was functional. It just didn't work in the market.
The game wasn't functional.
The game wasn't functional.
Exactly.
So then make the game right.
So come through on the game.
So because those coins are the value of the coin isn't his problem. The value of the coin is the risk, the gamble that everybody who buys a coin takes.
Gotcha.
You buy a Bitcoin, that's the gamble.
Yeah.
Right? So you just have to make sure that it's associated with something. And that game is what was associated with, which was going to give the coin value. Because I think you could win these coins or win these tokens by playing the game. So just make it possible to play. If it's popular, people play it, okay. I guess you're on the hook to whatever you have to do for that. If it sucks and nobody plays it, which I assume is going to be the case because it's an NFT and nobody gives a fuck about NFTs anymore, then you're not on the hook for anything. I don't think anybody gives a fuck about this. The question is, does he want to have the stain of scamming people out of money?
Oh, yeah, there's another story that broke too about, it's again, a small story, but like this pig that he had, apparently they found fucking emaciated, almost dying. It's just like a bunch of small negative stories.
How do you tell a pig apart? How do you can tell someone's pig?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think it's just at this point, it's just we're pouring.
I think that's what the Christianity thing was too. It's like, oh, there's views in piling on Logan right now. There's animosity for Logan. There's a group of people who are really frustrated with happening in crypto, and then he gets to be positioned as crypto bad guy. So now you take all your animosity out towards him. Okay, now everybody hates Logan. There's a lot of views and clicks in Logan. Hey, what happened to these dogs over here? Not dogs, pig.
Yeah.
This guy's Christianity. He said some bad things about Christianity that he's also said on 5 different fucking other podcasts, maybe.
Yeah.
But this is the one right here. Okay, Logan's bad guy.
And then it happens every time. So like anytime something bad happens to Logan in the future, they're gonna bring up this Coffeezilla video.
Yeah.
And they're gonna bring up the Suicide Forest video. And like all of your baggage will then recycle every time some bad shit happens to you.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not sure
unless you handle it and you're just straight up with it. And then you can, if you handle the worst thing about you and you're straight up with it, it kind of goes away. So it's like with like Rogan, like the worst things that Rogan has ever done, out of context, in context, whatever it is, have been exposed. You can't use those to say he's a bad guy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now he's got escape velocity.
I remember on the podcast, when I did his podcast, he said, I'm actually relieved it came out. Because I've just known it's there. And now that it's there, I've dealt with it. And now we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you face it head on, and I think if that's what he had done early, that would have been a win. You know who else I think kind of wins out of this is Jake. Because Jake, if you remember, I remember in Corona, we had a conversation where I was like, why did everybody hate this guy? And I think Jake has been willing to be disliked, kind of authentically himself this entire time. And then he found something he's fucking fantastic at and is making waves with it. And I think a lot of people are coming around on Jake. Not everybody, but a lot more people are like, yo, I fucks with this guy. And it's almost a testament to like, just be you.